Hi friends, Simit here from InformedTrades.com. Today is January 30th, 2014. Time for our daily chart review. For those of you for those of you who are just joining us, this is basically where I review the Forex charts, the daily charts on 20-some currency pairs, share the trades I'm placing, the orders I'm placing, the moves I'm placing, all the activity I'm placing in the Forex market. So let's get started. As regular viewers know, I like to start with trades that I already have on the market and review them. Yesterday, my order to short Aussie yen got filled, or maybe it was 2 days ago. This orange line here is the point where if the market closed below that level, I would move my stop to break even, which is this black line here. And it did. You can see it closed just below this level. Now it has since rallied back above it, but because yesterday it closed below that level, I'm going to move my stop on Aussie yen to break even. I did also have a Canada yen position on yesterday, which got closed out. So January has not been a very good month for me. However, with my approach to trading, I only really need, a couple good trades, and I'm back in business. Okay, so the drawdown isn't insurmountable at this point, and I'll post my end of month statistics shortly in a couple days once January has concluded. Okay, so my stop is being moved to break even, which is at 91.07. Okay. Okay, so let's just quickly look at Canada yen too, since I got stopped out on that. And we had been discussing numerous yen trades. So Aussie yen worked out. However, most of them were short the yen against other currencies. That has not panned out so well. This may have been another simply a mistake on my part. I may re-enter here actually because this red line is, and this is a mistake. I think I got. Well, it depends on how you want to view it. If I re-enter, it might not be a mistake. But we'll see what's going on with the other pairs. Basically, you could argue this red line is also a support level of sorts. So we'll come back to this, and we'll definitely experience this situation on other yen pairs. Let's go to Euro Aussie and for now. Okay. Oh, we're getting closer. So I was expecting the big, repeatedly with Euro Aussie, Euro Canada, Pound Aussie, and Pound Canada. Those four, and some other pairs too. I think Kiwi Canada, Aussie Canada, Dollar Canada, basically all the Canadian dollar pairs. What we've been expecting is more of a pullback, or just needing more of a pullback before we can justify going long. The trend is clearly up on all those pairs. It's just a matter of waiting for a sufficient dip to ride that trend. Now, at this point, okay, so today we have a big red candle. And in this situation, I generally do not want to enter on a big red candle. There is a, I think so there is a support level here, which could warrant entry. Let's actually add that. There's this level here. Okay, and let's change the color of that. Make that black. Okay. And we are bouncing through that. We are at this 50% Fibonacci retracement. So this is potentially interesting. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. Okay. Big red candle down. Okay, I would at this point I don't like to enter generally, almost always. There are a few exceptions, but generally I do not like to enter on a big red candle in the opposite direction. I would prefer to see this candle close, and then maybe we get a small candle or a couple of small candles, a trading range of sorts, and then that would give me more confidence to enter. However, at this point, I don't see sufficient evidence to suggest that the selling has stopped. Let's look at Pound Aussie. Oh, Mistyped it. Okay, we're a little further off, and that's sort of been the theme here, where euro retraces faster than pound does. So that's pound Aussie. Let's look at euro Canada. Okay, still need more of a pullback. With euro Canada, when we have a price channel, we want to see at least the top of the price channel tested again. So we'll see. Still have a ways to go on that. Okay, and same here. So out of these four, Euro Aussie is closest to being ready to enter and could be ready. I may be placing order on that tomorrow. Let's see how price action shapes up. Euro Pound. Okay. So we have a reversal candlestick here on today's candle. I know we had been discussing Euro Pound a bit. Yeah, I would like to wait a little more. So we have 50% Fibonacci pullback. We have something of a support level, although I don't think that support level is as strong as I would like it to be. I really would like to see a pullback to the 61.8 level. That would give me much more confidence. Which is basically or the top of the price channel there, right? This line here, somewhere right around here, 82.80. So we can pull back 40 more pips. Now we may not. This is definitely a reversal candlestick, and you could argue that this resistance level is being supported. But so that's an argument to enter now. However, I still, with this particular pair and the price action, I still would prefer to wait to see a move to 82.80. Okay, that's euro pound, euro yen. Okay. Euro yen. Now we had talked about being ready to go long a number of pairs. So let's Canada yen and euro yen. I could see both worth taking a shot on going long at. Let's see, before we place any trade, let's just note that, and we'll come back to Canada. We'll probably come back to the yen pairs after we take an initial look at them. But here we're at this major support level, which I've been waiting for. And it seems like it could be a good opportunity to go long. Let's see what the other yen pairs are looking like. It's euro yen, euro kiwi. Okay, still in the middle of that range. No real action here. Euro US dollar. Oh, that's the wrong one. For some reason, they have this Bitcoin thing listed here. Here is correct. Euro US dollar. Okay, big move down. Like I mentioned before, I don't like to enter on a big down candle like that. But we'll see. We'll see if it falls. Really, to get to this dashed black line, this point right here, we need to fall about 55 pips, which could happen, in the course of a day, maybe a little longer. So if we can fall 55 pips, might be an interesting opportunity to go long euro dollar. Okay, that does it for the euro pairs. Now we can move on to the pound. We looked at pound Aussie and pound CAD, pound Swiss. Yeah, still, I had put the entry order on here, and it didn't get filled. So maybe if it comes back, we can enter at 47.35. We'll see. But at this point, we're in that middle of that trading range. No real opportunity. Pound yen. Okay, so euro yen is basically, we see similar price action. Euro yen, however, is falling faster, and we see this on all the pairs, all the euro versus pound pairs, where euro is declining faster. So perhaps euro is sort of leading the pound. Perhaps pound will be ready in a couple days, whereas euro is ready for an order now. We'll see, at least based on that. But based on this price action as well, I would wait. We're not quite at this black line yet. Okay, pound Kiwi. We're probably still in the middle of this trading range. Oh, we're at the top. Look at that. Okay, so I had actually entered here, right around this level. Let me draw that line. I'm going to delete this line real quick. But I had entered. So, okay, based on this candle, we had this reversal candlestick pattern, and I had shorted here. However, I closed it right after on this candle because I didn't like. I thought I should trade the top of the range. We are now at the top of the range. So the question is, am I going to short pound from here? I think the answer is probably. This is a really nice setup. It's going to offer a very nice reward risk setup. The one downside is you could argue that we're in an uptrend. You see a pattern of higher highs forming, right, as expressed by this teal line here. And also you could argue, so that's my concern here, because you can see the same thing on the bottom here. And let's see if there's actually a way to go from here. Okay, so basically you have this rising wedge of sorts. We are now at the top of that wedge. Price is above the moving average. So this is, let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, you could say we're in an uptrend. Let's look at the weekly chart. Okay, the case for shorting on the weekly chart is stronger because we're right at the 200 EMA of the weekly chart. Let's come back to this. I'm finding this. I might just pass just because I'm finding it a little tricky. And this may be an area where I need to continue improving as a price action trader, so that I'm more comfortable with my analysis here. Okay. On one hand, we're clearly at a resistance level. That's confirmed in a number of ways. The question is this a counter trend opportunity I feel comfortable taking? We'll come back to this. So the pairs to come back to so far are Euro Yen and Pound NCD, Pound Kiwi. Okay. Pound US dollar. This is declining. Now we're still in a uptrend here. Let's zoom in a little bit more. We are still in an uptrend here. However, we need a sufficient pullback. Still got a ways to go. Let's see if the market can give us about 200 more pips. Okay, so that does it for the pound pairs. Now let's move to US dollar. Dollar CAD. Look at that. No signs. Even every once in a while it shows, oh, here's a potential reversal, but nothing. We can now delete this. This Fibonacci is irrelevant because this isn't a swing high anymore. Just keep soaring. Dollar Swiss. Okay, dollar Swiss has man. So I'm still. I remember I had my order go short here. It didn't get filled, but then oh well. Dollar Swiss has pulled back a little bit. Let's see. Let's draw a 50% Fibonacci from this swing high down to this swing low. And okay. Well, we're at the 50 simple moving average now. We are at a support resistance level of sorts. Let's change this. You can make it a little thinner. There we go. Um, hmm. I don't want to enter on a big green candle like I mentioned before. However, I may. Let's see how price action develops over the next couple of days. With something like this, there are instances where I'm more insistent upon a trading range, and one of them is something like this, where we're not having that much of a pullback. However, it could still be a good opportunity. If we're not having that much of a pullback, I want to see the candlesticks confirm. I'm a I'm a big candlestick guy, and right now this is just a big bullish candle. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, so price is responding a little bit to the convergence of the 50 and 200 EMA on the 4-hour chart. Um, However, I still want to wait a little bit. Let's see how this daily candle closes. Um, and there might be an opportunity tomorrow. I'm still inclined, as this is supposed to mirror or is going to come very close to mirroring Euro US dollar. I like the price action on that much more, and that's saying to wait a little bit. We'll see. But for now, this will be something we come back to tomorrow, not at the end of today's session. That's the dollar Swiss. Now let's look at dollar Singapore. Okay. Well, we did have this reversal was correctly identified at counter trend. Um, but we'll see. I don't want to enter anything now until we get a more substantive pullback to 26.93 around. And I'm not trading against the trend, although I am practicing spotting opportunities for the future when I do incorporate that into my trading. So nothing yet on dollar Singapore. However, I just want to take a quick look at the Russian ruble. Yeah. So all these emerging market currencies, and this may be a huge opportunity. I don't really trade them. I like the main currencies because they're more liquid, and I generally prefer that. I don't need the asset itself to be volatile, because I can use leverage to control my risk, for trading, for active trading. However, these currencies can move. Dollar, Russian ruble, all these emerging market currencies, because of tapering, you're seeing capital outflow, and we'll talk more about that this weekend. We have some threads on InformedTrades the folks may wish to check out. Turkish lira. This is the big one. I mean, it raised, it was rallying. Then right here, Central Bank of Turkey raises interest rates 3.25% overnight. Huge move, and that sort of helps halt the decline in the lira. So it depends on your perspective. Let's see, there's going to be lots of side effects and repercussions of that, but at least in the time being, it stopped the bleeding of the Turkish lira, experiencing a significant decline in value. Okay, any event. That is the dollar pairs. Now let's go to Canadian dollar pairs. Okay, Canada Swiss. Still falling. Canadian dollar still, I mean, this thing just keeps falling. And I've learned that the hard way. So basically with this, I would need at least a pullback to you know, the bottom of this trend line here. This would be a nice setup. If we can pull back to, you know, 82.30, and right now we're at 80.50, so we've got about 180 pips to go. That would be a nice potential short setup. Canada yen. Now this is where I got stopped out on, but I may re-enter. Okay, so we have a doji at. I'm gonna move this line down here. Make it black. Okay. Because this is actually a support level as expressed here and here. Um, hmm. I don't think I want to go long. I mean, if it wasn't able to defend this, is there any reason that it should be able to defend this? I'd feel much more comfortable trading this from the short side. So we'll see. It seems like the yen is rallying, at least against some of the commodity currencies. Let's take a closer look at some of the other pairs. But the Aussie yen position is working for me. We'll take a look at euro yen. I'm a little intrigued by this. We'll come back to it, however. Okay, so let's go to the Australian dollar. Aussie Canada. Okay. Australian dollar is rallying near the top of the range. You know, here is there is that dash line does mark a resistance level of sorts. However, I really would like to see it go all the way up to the top of the range. Or if I could be persuaded. This is an instance where I could be persuaded if we get some really nice reversal candlesticks. You know, the reversal candlesticks and support and resistance levels, at least for me, sort of go where if here is a resistance line that I think is, you know, worth plotting, or the way I plot it, I think reflects my feelings on it. Where, you know, I don't think it's incredibly significant, otherwise it would have been thick black, but it is worth plotting. Now, if we get some reversal candlesticks, a strong reversal candlestick pattern at this level, then I may be interested in trading it. However, just based on this, I don't really think so. Now let's see if price can rally to the top of this range, and it could be interesting short. So nothing yet on Aussie Canada. Aussie Swiss. Yeah, still need more of a pullback here as well. Aussie Yen. Okay, so like we mentioned, I am in this trade, you know, short from 91.07. My stop is at break even, so risk has been taken off the table. Let's see. Now, you know, when the first step is to be able to move your stop to break even. The next step is to look for opportunities to pyramid. So let's see if we get that. So nothing to do aside from Aussie yen. We did move to break even. Aussie Kiwi. Okay. Well, here is another instance where we've got a big green candle. So as I mentioned, I don't like to enter really on a big candle. I need to wait to see signs of reversal first. See here, you look at the 4-hour chart. You know, even though we're at that resistance level that I've identified, that black line, and we're also coming near a 200 exponential moving average. Let's see price starts to stall and reverse before we actually put on any entry orders. So perhaps tomorrow, Aussie Canada will be ready, or excuse me, Aussie Kiwi. Aussie US dollar. Okay. Nothing really here. Still need to pull back to 88.47 at least, a bare minimum, which is about 70 pips away from where we currently are. And that does it for the Australian dollar. Let's go to the New Zealand dollar. New Zealand, Canada. Oh, okay. So this is somewhat interesting. Now we are seeing the New Zealand dollar start to weaken against a number of pairs. So that makes it, and we'll come back to the pound Kiwi trade. But remember that, so if New Zealand dollar is looking weak here, New Zealand Swiss. Okay, it's looking still a little choppy here. Trying to find a pattern in the general sentiment of the New Zealand dollar. Kiwi yen. Okay. Now this could be an interesting long opportunity. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to trade CAD yen, but Kiwi yen or Euro yen could be interested in that. And we'll come back to that. Kiwi dollar. Okay, we've broken out of, now this is, okay, we've broken out of the bottom of the range here. If we can get a pullback to test the bottom of this range, if we can get a pullback to test this level, that might be an interesting short opportunity. But the weakness we're seeing in Kiwi dollar, now compare this. So this to me looks like a bearish, we've broken out south. So potentially bearish setup, like we saw in Aussie yen. I want to see this test this support, the bottom of the range, and then we could potentially short. However, when we look at pound Kiwi, so that's this chart, Kiwi dollar showing Kiwi weakness. Pound Kiwi is showing Kiwi weakness, or it's an uptrend, so it's showing Kiwi weakness. This could be interpreted. One of the things we were talking about earlier in this video is whether or not this is a short. Based on how the Kiwi dollar is looking, I see Kiwi weakness, so I don't want to go long the Kiwi, which is what shorting pound Kiwi would essentially be. I think it's much better to trade it up, and we have this. This is clearly expressed with a trend too. We have a rising wedge here. Although some people like to short the rising wedge at the top. But in any event, I'm going to stay away from pound Kiwi. I just wanted to share that. The yen is sort of its own beast, I feel, which is why I am looking at going long Kiwi against the yen. Okay. So here we are. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, so we have a big bullish engulfing on the 4-hour chart, which suggests that buyers really are reacting to price broke down here and buyers quickly pushed it back up. That's Kiwi yen. On the daily chart, let's go back to that. Here we see Okay. Now let's compare this to, one could argue it is a hammer off support. Now let's compare this to Euro yen. Okay. Let's go back. Okay, I think, Let's go to the 4-hour chart. I think I'm going to put an order on for Kiwi yen. Okay, something like this. Now let's see. So we are going to enter at 83.46. Okay, we are targeting 87.06, which gives us 360 pips. 360. Okay, so I can put my stop. Where the age-old question: where to put the stop? That seems like a good level. Basically, we're expecting the lows that have already been experienced. Let's take a look at that. Okay, right. We shouldn't go too much lower. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, so we'll put the stop at 83. Hmm. Maybe 2. There we go. Um. Actually, no. We'll move the stop a little bit further down. 82.70. Okay. Still a little. I'm a little unsure about this trade. It's going long Kiwi yen. I don't know. Let me take another look at euro yen. I've spent a lot of time on this. That tells you I'm really thinking about it. But it also, I generally don't like to. I see the opportunity jump out at me. Hmm. Euro yen. Hmm. Now I'm kind of leaning towards not doing anything. Um. Let's look at Canadian dollar yen again. I think I may require, because the yen's been, because I'm seeing mixed signals in some respects, I think I may want to see some more candlesticks confirming. Here's CAD yen. See the 4-hour chart. Okay, this looks like a bit of a rally we are seeing on Canada yen. Where would we put the stop if we did go long here? Yeah, that's a good spot to let. Huh. Okay. I think I will go long Canada yen, like I did a day ago. But to me, this just seems the clearest. And I still have a little. I feel like I should. I feel like it's meeting. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's meeting my requirements. You know, we've had a pullback. We're in an uptrend. We've had a pullback. Now with Canada yen, it's not clear that we're really in an uptrend. This looks a little choppy to me. That might be the reason to not put on the trade. Okay, I think I'm just going to. I'm a little confused by the yen. Also, I've had a number of losses in January, so I don't want to. I want to be a little cautious. Trade a little less. When you're going through a bit of a losing streak, trade a little less. So I think I will pass on. And I do have the short Aussie yen position. It seems unlikely to me that if I put a long positioning on against the yen, it could work, but it seems unlikely to me that they're both going to work. And I did get stopped down in Canadian yen yesterday. Um, so we'll see. I think at this point, because I've had a little bit of a losing streak, because I'm just feeling a little weird about this trade. It doesn't seem to. I'm not finding the stop loss levels I want to find. On the Canadian yen, it's too range bound, and I have the short Aussie yen position on, which is a bit contradictory to taking the long position elsewhere. I think I just want to pass on this for now. Yeah, I will. I'm going to pass on the yen trades for now. So that's about it. Basically, the only thing I did after all that, all that analysis, all that I did was move my Aussie yen position to break even. But this will be good. Maybe if I had it's good to. I've had a number of losses in January, so I think it's good to step back a little bit and don't force anything. And that's sort of my take. Of course, we're all improving. Trading is a discipline where you're, forever improving at it. So perhaps at a time, I really want my analyses whenever I'm putting on a trade to be instinctive. I want it to jump out at me, like I said. These trades didn't really jump out to me. It felt like I was forcing a little bit, identifying where the support is, where the stop loss should be placed. If it's too much forcing going on, that's a cue for me to pass. So that's about it. I did move the stop to break even on Aussie yen. That wraps up our session for today, January 30th. Any questions you have, anything you want to add, join us at InformedTrades.com. Thanks and best of luck in your trading.